Hello, PIC Computing presents GCSE ICT Video 6 looking at emerging technologies. What are emerging technologies? Well, these are new technologies. They are doing something new or innovative. They may just be trialing somewhere at the moment, or they may now be available to buy. Probably not everyone uses them yet. When we get emerging technologies, and I might be thinking along the lines of a new version of an iPhone, for instance, we often see long queues in shopping centres in the middle of the night waiting for the store to open so somebody can be the first person to buy that new emerging technology. Isn't he happy? But things move on very quickly. So what was an emerging technology a few years ago will probably not be an emerging technology now. And what is an emerging technology now won't be in a few years' time. Previous emerging technologies will have been things like personal computers, laptops, even netbooks, the smaller type of laptop which are designed primarily for use for browsing the web. These were all emerging technologies at one point, but we think they certainly aren't now. The PDA, the personal digital assistant, was an emerging technology at one point, but now we're much more likely to use our smartphones or tablet computers. MP3 players were certainly an emerging technology. And if we think about software, programs such as web browsers, which we take for granted these days, and web pages such as social networking websites were also emerging technologies at one point. Today, some emerging technologies might be things like VR, which stands for virtual reality. This is where somebody puts on a helmet which is in the shape of some hardware, and what they see through that helmet and what they do with the special gloves, which are like input devices, what they would see and what they'd interact with would be a virtual world. And that could be anything, of course. Something called AR is augmented reality. This is where you can point a webcam at something and you get information on an output device such as a screen there. So somebody's pointing a tablet computer at a piece of art in an art gallery, and their tablet is then telling them who the art is by and some information about that artist. Here's another great use of augmented reality. This is somebody in a toy shop flashing the barcode of a Lego box in front of a webcam, and then on a screen in front of the lady it is showing what that Lego would build in 3D so the person can see the sort of thing that they're buying. So a very innovative use of emerging technology. I've used augmented reality in schools, so augmented reality often relies on one of these special sorts of barcodes, which is called a QR code, and I've had students using these, holding them up in front of webcams, and then what we might see on the big screen is, instead of the QR code, we might see a representation of the internal parts of their body for science classes, for instance. QR codes are getting more and more prevalent in the outside world. So often if you're in somewhere like a pub or a restaurant, there might be a QR code, and if you scan it with your smartphone, then you'll get some information about that pub or restaurant. AI stands for artificial intelligence, and this is the use of intelligence in robotics for robots such as Asimo, pictured there. Another emerging technology at the moment is 4G. This is the 4th generation of mobile phone and mobile communications technology standards, and this just means basically faster internet connections on our mobile smartphones. So you should do a bit of research now. What else do you consider to be a current emerging technology? Thanks for watching.